evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee. You know, Dolly Parton has been a big part of the Nashville music scene for decades, and now there's a movement afoot to make her a permanent fixture in the music city. A bill has been introduced to the Tennessee General Assembly that calls for the erection of a statue of Parton to be placed on the Capitol grounds facing Ryman Auditorium. No budget amount was mentioned for the bill, and it's believed that if enough funds can't be raised for the full statue, we could at least settle for a bust. It's her best asset anyway. That's news. Start the show. Hey.
Good grief. That was a good one.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
I literally had 5 minutes to write it. And actually, that was a legit news story that I had on the air this morning on WGOW, except for the bust part.
Let's go ahead, pull up the crew. The shaking his head skunk rocker. Welcome.
That's just wrong.
Well, wouldn't you like to see Dolly Parton's bust at the state capitol?
Hell yeah. Of course.
How could you do that to Dolly?
Oh, Dolly's one of my favorites.
Here's the thing. Thank you, Lewis, for keeping us abreast of the situation.
Oh,
now, to be completely fair and in defense to Lewis here, right? Dolly herself would have made a joke like that. So.
Yeah, that is one thing I love about Dolly Parton. She'll be the first person in the room to make a boob joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, did you hear the story about her when she was like 12, 14 years old, doing the TV shows out of the Sevierville TV station?
Used to watch them.
Yeah. Well, she took, she got a little paycheck, so she took the family up to Gatlinburg to the Pancake House, and was sitting there, and some old man walks up and gets to talking to her, sits down at the table and orders his food, and they're talking back and forth. And he gets up and he leaves right before they leave. Okay. And then as they get up to leave, hey, Nick just jumped in there. Nick can listen in on this one.
Hey,
but as they are going to check out, come to find out, the old man said he was their granddaughter. They were his grandkids, and they were going to pay. So he goes out, so they go out and they see him standing on the corner. And, she says, "Why did you tell people that? All you had, if you couldn't afford the food, you could have paid me for it." He got mad and started hitting her around the head and on the chest and all that. And, this was when Dolly was 14 years old. Of course, everybody's worried about, what happened. She goes, "Well, strange thing happened. These two big lumps popped up."
See, you're talking about one of my patron saints there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know where I heard?
I could tell Joe was doing this big, long lead up to a really bad joke.
That was so bad that when he got to it,
and I'm trying to warn everyone with sign language that it's a really bad joke coming around me.
Yeah,
that was.
Now, do you know who I heard?
Sign language for a really bad joke is.
Hey, now do you want?
Hey, Thessaly.
Do y'all want to know who I heard that joke from?
Sure as that wasn't me. I'm funny.
Yeah, Dolly.
Looking or smiling.
Okay. First of all, hey, let's Joe, go ahead and introduce your friends from Two Real Geeks. Since we got a lot of people on tonight.
Yeah, we got a good crowd in, and we actually picked up some new viewers tonight. I want to throw a shout out to Two Real Geeks. They are on YouTube. They're also on Facebook. Go to their page, Two Real Geeks. Throw them a like out. They're out of Atlanta, Georgia, and they
as opposed to all the fake geeks in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, Atlanta's a lot of fake geeks.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
It probably every day.
Let's go ahead and go through some comments here. Carly's jumped in, said, "Hey,
What kind of show do they do? You left that out.
They post videos. Two Real Geeks, if you would throw us up a sort of quick elevator pitch of what y'all do, and I'll throw it up here on screen for everybody." They said we're on everywhere. Yes, and they're Atlanta, but from New York City before Atlanta. Well, at least you got down here as quick as you could.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations getting out of New York. Unfortunately, you wound up in Atlanta. So,
Yeah.
Well, the old saying is, when you die, it doesn't matter if you're going to heaven or hell. You have to change flights in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let me put this into the comments.
I am going to
happened because you mentioned it. They show interest. I will copy and paste because I am the mighty manatee man. If it will let me, I will copy and paste their link. If it won't, I will yell at it until it does. Here, I'll put it on the private chat, and one of you guys can do it.
Okay.
Apparently, my phone, my system is really not letting me, and that's normal. Tech hates with a passion.
Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find this. I found them on Facebook. I will throw that up.
Like in the private chat, it's there. So if there's somebody who gets to comment, to let you comment.
All right. Here's what they say. They cover roadside attraction, theme parks, and anything fun and cons, and wherever the car takes them. Awesome.
Hey, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So eventually, it's so just let's just be truthful and honest here.
Carl.
Based by exactly what that comment says, at some point they are going to cover a truck side bathroom, right?
A what?
Truck stop bathroom.
Truck stop bathroom.
Because yes, wherever the car takes them, it will take them to a truck stop
bathroom.
Okay, they're going to cover either wall drug. If they haven't covered Wall Drug in South Dakota, they haven't gone out west, or a Little America.
I was going to say, I was when I was reading their thing, I saw roadside, and I just mixed the two together because I'm an idiot sometimes. I have Budweiser. This is Miller Lite, actually. What am I talking about?
And they say they've covered south of the border, so I guess that has happened.
Oh, making it too easy.
Y'all need to go down to Boca Chica.
Yeah, if y'all would go to Boca Chica, Texas,
and interview all the people down there that cover the rocket launch.
Here in the next week, there's one going up.
I was gonna say, why don't you go to Boca Chica? Why don't you go to Boca Chica and take these two goobers with you?
I'd love to
go.
Being that we haven't been around them much, I don't think I could do 10 to 12 hours in a vehicle with a mask on.
Being that they haven't been around you too much, I don't think they could do 10 to 12 hours dealing with your farts.
No kidding. You're complaining about a virus
without a mask?
Or what kind of mask are we talking about here? Respirator, gas mask?
Gas mask? I mean,
just a bathysphere.
A full spacesuit would probably be useful.
God, Scarborough.
Speaking of masks, who on the screen has COVID-19?
That
just me, huh?
Yeah. Here, raise your hand a little better here. And Luke, we're really hoping you get better quicker.
Yeah,
I don't know how. My wife seems to think that maybe she got it at the voting precinct on election day. I went and early voted, and just about everybody was wearing a mask. They were sanitizing the machines between every person's use. There were sneeze shields up between you and the people checking your ID. But when she went on election day, things were a little bit crazier, and I don't think safety measures were properly followed. And she thinks that's where she got it because I actually came down with the symptoms on Saturday. She didn't until Monday. When I started feeling weird, I said, just to be safe, because it was a fever and a cough.
Yeah.
Those are the two things they say the most. So I started wearing a mask around the house. She started wearing a mask around the house. I slept in the guest room. And so we stayed apart from each other until I could get to the walk-in clinic on Monday. They did a rapid test. They said, yeah, you got COVID-19. Of course, they told me from across the exam room. I've never been more insulted in my life. AFC.
Hey, you got COVID-19.
Yeah, I know, but these people are medical professionals. They had full PPE, and the PA, it's not even a doctor. The PA that comes in to give me the news says it from across the room. I said, my tonsils are swollen. There could be something else going on here too. They didn't want to hear it. After I got the COVID-19 positive result,
all they wanted you was you out of the building.
Yeah, they wanted me out of the building as fast as possible. I think even if I had owed them $100, they wouldn't have bothered collecting. They were like, "Doors this way."
They'd let you out. The bill would come later.
Here's the money to pay the bill.
Hold on, one at a time.
No. What I was going to say is you went to an AFC, right? So they didn't take your insurance card until the end, right? Well,
no.
They take it at the beginning.
No, they take it at the beginning, and I'm a VA patient. They do take VA patients, so I wasn't going to pay a penny anyway. But anyway,
AFC, they were like, "Do you have insurance?" And I was like, "I've been here for 4 hours, and this is the first time you've asked me." As I'm walking out the door.
Yeah, but anyway, so after I got that bit of great news, I got out to the car, told my wife. We both were sitting in stunned silence. So I told her that we needed to go and get her checked out too. So we went home, did our brooding, and then the next morning we went to the Alstom plant in Chattanooga. Took us 40 minutes from the time we arrived till the time that we left. And the next day we found out that she was in fact positive also. So we could quit wearing the masks and we could sleep in the same room again. But my biggest thing was the cough and the fever. The fever went away Tuesday morning, and the cough has been slowly subsiding, just using NyQuil. Now, I did contact my doctor with the VA. There's something called Health eVet. It's a website portal for the Veterans Health Administration. And I let my doctor know, and he immediately had the pharmacy overnight me an antibiotic to take care of my tonsillitis, which the PA did. The PA told me to go home and take Tylenol. That was their advice. Go home and take Tylenol.
That's not going to do an awful lot of good.
Do that.
No. All it does is reduce the fever. It doesn't even do anything for the cough.
Well, it's not that. The tonsillitis is due to an infection, a bacterial. They could have been strep.
Right.
And if you had gotten strep,
yeah.
If you had strep and it wasn't treated, what does that lead to? Rheumatic fever. What does rheumatic fever cause? Kidney and heart damage.
Yeah. Yeah. But my doctor knows that I get tonsillitis twice a year like clockwork. So he knows if I've got swollen tonsils, he's 99% sure what's going on. So he immediately overnighted me an antibiotic and a steroid, a corticosteroid. Little bitty pill. But I'm telling you, I took one, and man, my breath volume was almost doubled. It was amazing how fast it opened my lungs up. So, long story made short, I'm being treated well by my VA doctor. Thank God for the VA. I know not a lot of people say that, but a lot of people don't.
Oh, no.
But I'm feeling better. Still fighting my voice
for years and years and years.
And Lewis, if you feel your voice going down, do not think,
Yeah.
hey, I can.
Yeah, because I still have news to do tonight. So I wanted to get all this out of the way so that then we could have fun, and I'm going to try to rest my voice now.
Okay.
Well, and the only thing I really want to say about Lewis is that, hey, dude, you seem to be doing great and get better at everything else. It's just something you said confused me.
Huh.
It was on election day. Do you live in Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you lived in Tennessee.
Yeah, Rossville. I live in Rossville. Oh, okay. and by the way, on Tuesday, she and I both felt so bad. We were writing down our passwords and bank account numbers to trade off to where, I mean, we were really getting ready for the end. So thankfully, we only had one really scary day, and we've both been slowly improving. I feel bad. I've been advancing a little bit better than she has. She has a civilian doctor who, guess what? She told her, take Tylenol. Oh, and vitamin C and zinc. Yeah. So,
well, vitamin C and zinc are always a good idea, but
Yeah. Well, anytime you want to boost your immunity.
D3. They have said that D3 is really good.
Well, I take D3. I take D3 as my daily regimen anyway. So now I'm letting her take some of my D3.
That may be why you had. You're coming back.
Why my symptoms were less severe to begin with. Yeah. So, all right.
Now for the.
If anybody has any questions about surviving COVID. Oh.
No, but I do have a question. How many of us here still have their tonsils?
Nope. I got ice cream as a kid.
I don't have an appendix, but I have my tonsils.
I got my tonsils removed, and I remember. I don't remember the surgery. I was knocked out, but I do remember afterwards. My family got me 2 things to help me feel better about going to the hospital and having my tonsils removed and being in all that pain after the surgery. Because let me tell you something, if you haven't had your tonsils removed, that is one of the worst pains afterwards, especially for your kid. It is horrible.
Just because you're a kid when it happens.
That's the only reason you think this is bad as it is.
All right. Can I say what I'm saying, please?
Yes.
Where you make up your little thing. Because let me explain. It don't matter. If you're somebody who's had your tonsils removed, you know about this, right? It don't matter. It don't matter. You do anything related to that area of your body whatsoever, then it feels like somebody is jamming a chainsaw down your throat.
Yes.
Okay. And you know how they tell you that, oh, you can only have non-solid food, right? Okay, right, and they especially recommend things like ice cream and applesauce.
But you can't eat anything because it hurts like hell. Yeah,
even that hurts so bad. The ice cream actually is worse. People thought, oh yeah, I got tonsils taken out. I get to eat ice cream. You don't want to eat ice cream. It makes it so much worse. So, because I was in so much pain and everything else, and my family knew I was going to be in so much pain, they got me 2 gifts. One, they got me a little LCD snake game, right? So I'm sitting there, I got a little LCD snake game, and I got really good at Snake for a while because I didn't have a Game Boy or anything like that when I was that young. The other thing they got me was they got me a Beethoven plush dog from the movie. Right. So, and he was my little buddy for the longest time. He made me feel better. And after about a week of that, they were like, cool. So this should help stop your ear infections. Yeah.
We had ice cream, which I could not eat that much. And then Jell-O. There was a lot of hospital Jell-O. And I do remember right after I woke up from surgery and my throat hurt so bad, I was really thirsty. I guess anesthesia does that too. But I couldn't drink water. Yeah. It just hurt too bad. So they would wet a washcloth, and I would suck on the washcloth to get a little water down my throat because there was no way you could swallow a gulp of water.
Yeah. And now the thing
Now
is,
here's where Joe makes a Dolly Parton joke.
yeah, no, believe it or not, they now do tonsils on outpatient.
TNAs.
Now, when I had mine removed, I think JFK was still alive, and I don't remember being in extreme pain, but I do remember an inordinate amount of ice cream and people making a fuss over what I thought was nothing. And I remember the anesthetic. I remember the anesthetic before the operation, and that was delic, let me tell you.
I love propofenone. What is it, Heather?
Propanol.
Propanol. Love it.
Propanol.
I can understand why Michael Jackson got on that shit, man.
Oh yeah.
And I've had it. I've had it.
People
Lots
complain
of
about me
times.
going there.
You see, I've had thyroid, parathyroid gland removed. I've had my gallbladder removed. I've had a pacemaker implanted. I've had like lots of surgeries, and
What?
yeah, give me some of
I
that.
gotta ask this. I know you probably don't run often, but Lewis, when you run,
If you see me running, there's somebody chasing me, or an ice cream truck didn't stop.
I just need to know: do you go no every time you run? At this
Yeah, I'm
point,
working on
we
Now,
have the
I wanna-
technology.
Now, this is something I was talking to Joe about something the other day during Never Mind the Furthermore, and Brian thought I was talking to him. So Brian wants to know about this thing, and I was saving it for tonight. And because of this morning, I have the full story.
Full screen him. Full screen him.
Tuesday,
Let me find him. There he is.
Tuesday during the lunchtime at the doghouse, I suddenly stopped commenting because I had received a phone call from my boss.
Oops.
And that phone call starts off with, "Hey, did you deliver everything to a certain location?" And this location's a hospital. And I said, this is why I thought of it, because Lewis reminded me when he said that. I said, no. Or I said, yes, everything's been delivered. I don't have anything left on my truck. She goes, are you sure? Can you double check? I said, certainly, when we pull over. So I pull over, and I go back there, and I start looking through the boxes and stuff. No, Brian, it was because you were reading the comments, and there were other comments, and there was a delay between the comments. So when I was talking to Joe, you thought it was something that you thought it was to you when it was actually just Joe. But that's okay, because I did it in a public space. But anyway, so I go back there, and I'm looking at all my totes. So I'm trying to see if any of them say, and I've only got like one left. Everything else is empty. Now I'm even going through the empties, and I'm also going through the other places. I'm checking everything. I'm making sure I didn't leave anything. I know I didn't leave anything behind. I counted everything. It was all there. Pretty sure I delivered everything. Get back on the phone with her, and I'm like, all I've got back there are empty totes, and I've got for another location, and that does not go to them. She goes, okay, did you scan totes today? I said, for the hospital? No. I didn't scan the totes to the hospital. I just merely counted them. I was going to do it manually later when I got done. And the reason I did that was because if I didn't, I was going to be late meeting up with the Atlanta driver, and he's a whiny crybaby. He whines and cries if I'm late. And she then let out an expletive. I don't want to say on the show because out of respect for Joe Dog. And it started going on about how the Atlanta driver's a crybaby. I need to just scan all the totes from now on and all this other stuff. I said, what is this all about? Joe, don't walk away because I'm telling you this story.
I'm still here.
So I'm like, what is this all about? Because this is really weird questioning I got going on here, right? All of this stuff is really weird. Why is she saying all this stuff? She finally breaks it to me. One of their totes went missing. A tote that contained controlled substances.
Oops.
I am now being accused of theft.
Yeah. No,
and not
good.
just little. That's a lot because I'm sure it was full.
I can tell you exactly what it was. It was Ativan.
Oh.
I don't know how high on the DEA is going to throw you in prison for the rest of your life scale Ativan is. I don't even know what Ativan is. I just know it's a controlled substance.
Psychotropic,
It's an
isn't it?
anti-anxiety medication.
Yeah.
It's a very, 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 very low dose Xanax.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know that. But anyway, so I'm literally like, this is like, I was having such a bad day on Tuesday. This was like, this is the third or fourth time that I cried because I was just like, oh my God, can this day get any fucking worse? It was so bad. And I was telling her, I'm just like, you tell them at the corporate office I never stole anything. I would never steal anything. You know, I'm just, and she's like, look, calm down. We'll figure it out. I know you're having a bad day and I'm sorry, but you know, you kind of did it to yourself. Thank you for making me feel better. Right.
It's the Razmapam.
So
Yep.
I get back down.
Okay, sorry.
To the
I hadn't
office.
seen it, but yeah.
Again, this is still Tuesday. I get back down to the office. She goes, we have a game plan. Like, let me hear it. Because at this point, I'm just too stressed to even care anymore. I'm like, whatever. I was really literally about to just be like, screw this. You know, I'll go work at FedEx. I'll hate it, but whatever. And she goes, we got a plan. And she goes and hands me a piece of paper. She goes, I didn't give this to you. It was the tracking number for the actual tote. I'm not supposed to have this information. That's why she gave it to me. It's great. This number would tell me exactly which tote it was that it went missing. She said, when you get down there, check all the totes. See if you find this one. I bet you do. I said, oh, okay. Wednesday morning, I go in there. I unload all of my totes out of the van, pull all the empty totes over, and I go check them one by one. This took forever. Literally the last tote I touch. I lift it up. There's the number. I went, gotcha. Went, took the piece of paper, put it next to the barcode, took a picture, put the tote up, and then I delivered what they had ordered for that day. And they started trying to do the good cop, bad cop thing to me. Did you deliver all of our totes yesterday? And I was now not in the mood. I wasn't having it. I said, you mean that tote that I just pulled off of your cart that was completely empty? And they went, what? I said, yeah, you had the tote. I was this close to saying, don't ever accuse me of anything ever again. I was that upset, but I held my tongue. I was professional about it. I was like, yeah, it was, you guys had it the whole time. I don't know what happened. They were like, well, we couldn't find the tote. I couldn't find the tote. They started panicking because now they realized, if he actually delivered it and we've called in say that we're missing something, and apparently we are missing something, that means that one of our employees could have stolen it.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody from the company that ships this stuff could have stolen it. Either way, I didn't. And now they're panicking because they've accused me of something that they know for a fact I didn't do. And now they're all in, and I'm like, y'all have a nice day.
Yeah, they now see lawsuits.
Went and jumped in my van. I enjoyed the rest of my Wednesday. It was a long, horrible day, but it was enjoyable just for that reason. Now, follow that up with this morning.
You know what this is right here?
I walked in, right? Walked into the pharmacy this morning. I had their order for the day. And here comes the pharmacy manager. He's like, oh, hey, I have some great news for you. He's all shaky still. He's still jittery. He's like, we found the Ativan. Apparently, it got misdelivered to the wrong pharmacy. And I'm like, okay, that was probably my bad. So when you knew you were missing stuff, and I told 6 different pharmacies in this hospital, why didn't you go check the other pharmacies to see what they were missing, or if they had gotten anything extra? And he was like, Oh yeah, we didn't think about that. I was like,
hey Skunk.
It was just my smile got even bigger. I ended the day with such a big smile because all I could think was I was like, yeah,
Skunk.
Don't
you know
ever
what this is?
accuse me of anything ever again.
Hey Skunk, you know what this is?
What?
This is you driving away from the pharmacy, trying really hard not to do this.
Oh, no, I do that all the time. Are you kidding me? I did that today. I was on the way back. I was on the way back to the warehouse. I was on. Or no, it was yesterday. It was yesterday when this happened. I was on the way back to the warehouse, and somebody cut me off on Brainerd Road, and I got, I've got the logos for my company plastered all over my van. I'm hanging out the window, just being all like, big middle finger, and that person behind the wheels like, oh God, what did I do? So
Brian Morrison says his heart can start beating again. Good for you, Skunk.
Well, the best part about that was when I saw my boss this afternoon. I told her what happened, and she was just all like, I knew it. I knew that they were the ones that messed everything up. And I said to her, well, I don't understand why would they've got 6 different pharmacies that I have to deliver to, and 3 of them are in that hospital, right? 3 of them are outside the hospital, outside of that building, but 3 of them are in that building. They couldn't. Why didn't, when they realized that something was off, and why did the other pharmacy open up a tote that had controlled substances in it and go, we didn't order any controlled substances. What the hell is this stuff, right?
Well,
and like Heather, you said it was Ativan, right? The pharmacy, the pharmacy it ended up in wouldn't have had Ativan because it was the long-term care pharmacy. It would have been the pharmacy that they would have had this stuff for people who were staying there for a really long time.
Ativan is actually very overprescribed.
I said people that are staying in the hospital for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a different. That's something long term. You've got long term care, and then you've got rehab, and then you've got. But for me, long term care is assisted living or nursing homes. That's what we call nursing homes.
Special needs people who have matching physical limitations.
And almost every single person in long term care is prescribed Ativan.
Well, because the depression is so common with it.
That could be true. What I am going to say is that the Ativan comes in special totes, not because it's a controlled substance, but because apparently you're supposed to keep it chilled, so it has to come in a freezer tote, right? So the stuff that I have that comes in freezer totes, they rarely get freezer totes at LTC. They rarely get them. It's rare if they get one, right? So they should have known something was up right away when that one showed up, because they were wait a minute, this wasn't what we ordered, because a lot of stuff when I deal that stuff out, when I'm delivering that stuff, generally what's in the blue totes is insulin. So if they opened up what they thought was going to be insulin, and all their paperwork was insulin, they opened it up and it turned out to be Ativan, they should have went, wait a minute, this is wrong. But nobody asked that question. Nobody went,
you got to look at the CYA clause, which is cover your but
it's just
be careful, because you're I don't know what organization you've come close to hinting. Just be careful you catch yourself and you don't do anything that can get you in trouble. I mean, the way this is the kind of story you got to be careful on how you tell, because I don't want it to come back and get you in trouble.
Hold on, there we go. Let's go ahead and get this up now.
But what I'm saying is that I just don't understand. And my boss said it best. She was just like, it's because they're stupid, is what she said. She was like, they're just stupid. But I don't understand how, like, if you're going to have something like that delivered, right, why wouldn't you double? Why? I remember there was an episode of House. One of my favorite episodes of House, where they got the kid that they're trying to figure out what's wrong with him, right? And this kid has just got all sorts of problems going on with him. He is on death's doorstep, and anything they try just seems to make him worse for some reason. And it's killing him. And the only thing that they can think, the only thing that they've been able to figure out, and House swears up and down, it's got to be that he took drugs, and the drugs that he took were actually gout medication, right? That was what he thought. It had to have been he took drugs at a party, it was counterfeit stuff made from gout medication. Somebody swipes it out of their dad's medicine cabinet or whatever, and says, "Nah, it's totally ecstasy. Here, buy some off me for $50 or whatever." And it turns out to be gout medication. It almost kills the kid, but that didn't happen. And then he started thinking about it. It's like every time this kid gets worse is right after he has a cough. And he figured out they were giving him his cough medicine. And the cough medicine must have actually been switched with gout medication. And he pointed out that pharmacies across the country, and this is a real statistic they put in the show, pharmacies across the country, that happens a lot because the drugs look very similar. And sometimes people are in a hurry and they're not paying attention. Did they accidentally put the wrong stuff in there? It looks correct because there's one tiny little difference, right? But you have to double check everything. You have to make sure, right? And so
that's why med passes are so hard to pull off.
Yeah, and so
when they trade in med passes to prevent med errors, it is so that anytime the pill changes, if you don't get a note, you got to phone up to the nurse and find out.
So he's sitting there trying to figure this out. He's looking at the pills. The pills look right, everything else. And the doctor swears up and down that it's the right stuff and everything else. It's killing him. He can't figure out what's going on and why this is all messed up and everything else. And it's driving him nuts. But he finally just guesses, you know what? It has to be the pills, right? Something's going on here, and switches it out. Does the thing to cure him of the gout. So it gives him new cough medicine to prevent him from dying, despite the fact that everybody's telling him he's wrong. And it's driving him up a wall.
Well, that's every episode of the House, too.
Yeah.
Until he overhears the mom say after they cure him and everything else, he asks for some of his cough medicine, and everybody's like, no. And they're like, no, it's okay. We got a new prescription filled with the cough medicine here at the hospital. So it should be correct now, right? And so she doles out two of the pills and looks at him and goes, huh, that's funny. These don't have the little E's on them like the other ones did. And House is like, I knew it, right? I see so many mistakes in pharmacies all the time in this job where people just like mess stuff up, like little numbers and stuff like that. And I'm like, no wonder this happens all the time.
Yeah.
And that's like right there. It's like, you didn't even check what was in your tote. You didn't check it against your manifest to make sure you got the right stuff. And it happens with the company that distributes this stuff too. I made a joke that they must pay all of their employees in oxycodone because all of the mistakes that they constantly make. They've twice with two different shipping companies. This company I've seen deliver to the same location 2 boxes marked saline. Right? 2 boxes marked saline. Right? The boxes contain sterile water.
Ain't no fault in that.
Look on Heather's face. Yeah.
Heather, our nursing student.
I mean, yeah, it's just amazing what I've seen. But
and
yeah.
You know, Skunk is talking about pharmacy mistakes and stuff like that, and everyone over in the comment section
talking about pizza.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, Joe. I think I'd rather have pizza than a carton.
Good news.
Pharmacy mistake.
My sense of smell is returning.
That's
good.
I got my sense of taste back yesterday, but this is my that Blazing Saddles solid cologne that smells like gunpowder. Gunpowder, leather, and campfire.
Mm-hmm.
I can finally smell it again.
That's good.
That's been my
Yay!
Pizza and whiskey. Why does that sound like a book that someone should be writing right now?
Get on that.
And whiskey sounds like the.
I've got too many
cover,
books going on right now as it is. I can't write another one.
I said Carl. Carl's an author. He can write his own book.
Yeah.
And if anybody, he's great because he's a connoisseur of alcohol.
Brian Morris says, hey, pizza's an addictive subject, so they're staying on topic.
Bro, look.
Yeah, but have you get a prescription?
However, I do want to say that if you get the wrong type of pizza, the wrong type of whiskey, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh,
Nick, are you all right?
Nick? I don't know if Nick's froze up or.
I know. I can't tell.
I fell asleep.
I can't tell if he's frozen or if he's pulling an Uncle Sleepy.
He's frozen.
Yeah,
He's
and he frozen.
There we go. Okay,
And-
I'm really worried about him now because right when his net died, it looked like he was, it looked like he was like, did he just
Did his
die?
net die or did Nick die?
Yeah.
Come back, Nick.
Please come back.
Nick,
Let us know,
come
or
back.
if anything, let us know that you're okay.
Come back, Shane.
Yeah, type in the comments if you can.
Oh,
There's
Oh,
one
yeah,
really
so-
weird
so-
thing I've noticed since we've been having to do these infrared temperature checks every time we clock in at work. My normal body temperature is 96.8.
So, but yeah, they
Mine's
vary.
a little
They
cool
vary.
too.
Normal
vary.
body temperature now is anywhere between 96 and 99 degrees. That's why they do not start treating fevers until you are over 101.
Mine hovers right around 97, 98. I rarely get
Mine's been
98.6
97.6 for the last 2 days.
I remember reading something about the Fahrenheit scale. The reason that 100 degrees Fahrenheit is 100 degrees Fahrenheit is because they thought that was the standard body temperature back when thermometers were first invented.
It just turned out everybody had a fever.
And it just turned out that thermometers sucked.
Well, that's easy.
I want to say this right now. I had this brilliant idea, and I'm just so bummed that I haven't been able to test the theory yet. Okay, but I have an idea. The next time that I know I'm going to be at a place with one of those infrared thermometers with the laser and everything on it, right? TWE has one, but we're not having shows right now. But when we start having shows again, and that thing is there, before I go, I'm going to stop at Wendy's. Because spicy chicken sandwich makes me sweat like a mofo, and I want to test that theory. I'm going to take my temperature first. Right, take my temperature. Then I'm going to eat the spicy chicken sandwich. Then I'm going to take my temperature again and see if my body temperature rose. Because holy crap, those things make me sweat, and it's so good. I was in my truck the other day. I had the air on full blast. It's freezing cold outside. I had the air on full blast, and I was just like, yes.
so they're that spicy, huh?
Oh yeah. No, that commercial of the two guys. This is an old Wendy's commercial. Or no, wait, was it a Wendy's commercial? I think it was a Wendy's commercial. Yeah, it was a Wendy's commercial. It was two guys. They're stuck in a car, and the car won't start. Because the car won't start, they're stuck at the snow. The one dude is just all like, "How long until the tow truck gets here?" To be like, "It'll be another like 15 minutes." And he's just all like, "What do I do until then? I'm freezing to death here." And he goes, "Just think of something warm." And so he starts thinking about the spicy chicken sandwich, and then he starts stripping his clothes off. He's getting down to his underwear. The guy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's all like, "Can we crack a window?"
Oh, and Lewis, if you notice, my headset's missing.
Oh, yeah.
I have gone with in-ear monitors. I like them a lot better. Only problem is it came with a 2.5 foot long cord.
Not very long.
So it drags the ground when you walk?
No, not really.
Oh,
What
damn.
happened to Dan's internet?
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah, anybody see that bird?
We're not worthy, Dan.
Oh, we just got somebody new who chimed in.
Yeah.
Sandy
Hey, Sandy.
Bretmer.
Yeah.
You know Sandy from Halicon,
Oh,
from down in Huntsville. We saw you like this for
Seemed
Yeah.
like half an hour, but it's only about 2 minutes.
Looked like you were doing your Dan imitation.
yeah. And about time we caught on, you just poofed off. So
Oh, Dan, no, you don't understand. That's not how you look like when you're Uncle Sleepy. You're not like that.
No, you're just
hey, okay. Quick
You're not
question.
like that either.
If we play the Wendy's commercial, if we play the Wendy's commercial, will we get one of the hits?
Yeah, probably.
On our show?
probably.
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 But no, Dan,
So I've
you're
got it
like
queued
this.
up, ready to
You're
go. That's what
I see that, but
Like you're you're sitting up when it's going on. Your head's just back a little bit, like. That's the Uncle Sleepy. Not all the way back like John's doing, just back enough. Just
to tell you the truth, the other night it was like 2:00 in the morning. Lindsay comes in the office and wakes me up and go, "You've got to go to bed." And I'm going, "Well, I was asleep. I mean, the alarm would have went off anyway. I would have heard it."
Yep, Heather's in a thinking mode.
Trying to figure out who Facebook user is.
Oh, okay. It was probably Sandy or Nick.
Hmm.
Then they had to.
No,
I shall
Facebook
return.
user is Thessaly. I don't know why it suddenly popped her up.
Thessaly showed up as Thessaly in the comment section.
Did she show up with 98? No, wait a minute. Did she show up with the 98 point or the 96.1 comment? Because if you go to Stupid O'Clock,
that's where I was going.
That's the comment.
Okay, so it was Thessaly.
It was Thessaly. That drives me nuts because she showed up as Thessaly in the comments earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I don't like about StreamYard is you can go to one page and your name shows up, and then you go to another one and it's the exact same video, but
hold up. This is my endorsement right here. You don't have to do that if you're watching on YouTube, where you get the better video and the better sound.
Yes.
It's not your fault, Thessaly. It's StreamYard's.
Actually, it's Facebook. It's Facebook because StreamYard, Facebook wants permission for StreamYard.
Yes.
And
they don't want to share data.
Further,
which is funny because they'll sell your data in any damn body.
But furthermore, Twitch is the same way. Twitch is the same way. If you comment on Twitch, it just pops up. You comment on Facebook, it asks you for the thingy. You have to do the permission thing. If you do it on YouTube, it just pops up. So it's all Facebook. And furthermore, I do want to point this out. If you're the kind of person like I am that shows out the $10 a month for YouTube Premium, which is totally worth it. Whenever one of these shows is on and you're driving, you can listen to it like a little podcast, which is great. That's what I do when I'm driving at work. It's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow at 10 a.m. during Never Mind the Furthermore. I'm going to be listening to it at work. So when Carl or Joe or one of the many other Nevermorians says something really funny to Brian and makes Brian laugh, I get to hear it while I'm driving down the road. I can't do that if I have Facebook because I have to have my GPS up on my screen while I'm driving. So where the hell I'm going?
Yeah.
That's why YouTube is awesome. Switch to YouTube. we appreciate y'all on Facebook, but please switch to YouTube and listen to Never and Furthermore, or watch it if you can. If you're at home and you get to actually sit and actually watch the show, it's great. The facial expressions that Brian makes are awesome. And occasionally you get to see Cookie's arm as she hands him a cup of coffee.
Or something else.
Cookie's arm. Ooh.
Yeah. Now, of course, you Brian does tend to laugh at some of my comments.
Brian laughs at my comments too, Joe.
Yeah. And of course, he's also tagged you as if there's ever a replacement for him on Never Mind the Furthermore, he has tagged Skunk to take it over, which means you've got to shave your head and start wearing a bow tie and fez.
That I would pay to see.
I will wear the bow tie and fez. I will not shave my head.
Uh-oh. Somebody might be shaving his head right now. We don't know. Yeah.
And now Skunk froze up.
Hey, mine took a dump.
Dan's back. I blame it on Dan. Okay.
Well, I have noticed since I first joined tonight, everybody's sound is really garbled and choppy. And I was
well, if everybody's is, maybe it's your headphones.
Welcome back, Skunk.
I don't know, like right there, it's Lewis's sound was a little broken. Not much, just
Mine?
yes.
For me, it wasn't me earlier. It's been bouncing around.
Yes. So maybe StreamYard's have. Wait a minute. Last night,
when you four went away, and I say four for a reason. You four went away, and John went, uh-oh.
No.
And I could see John, no problem.
Me too.
So it's got to be a StreamYard thing.
Yeah. Well,
Microsoft had an update last night.
Oh yeah.
So that may be it.
I don't have Microsoft.
Yeah, but you're still here.
Nothing's wrong with your sound.
My internet took a dump about 10 minutes ago, and I was froze up.
Well, Car Bomb will do that.
What? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my problem. Is they still haven't.
For those of you who don't know, Heather lives up near Nashville, and she lost internet and phone and everything when
we don't believe it too soon here. Okay. In fact, with some
it's not hurting my feelings. Duke is crazy.
My phone quit working while that stuff was happening. On Christmas Day, I was trying to call my dad.
Oh yeah, no. It happened to my friend, my former roommate Audrey, up there in Knoxville, and they were furious. I mean, this is all the chat conversation we were having in Discord that day was they were just going off, being all like, "Some crazy, psycho, we had to go blow up AT&T. I'm trying to pay my damn phone bill."
Oh,
I thought that my iPhone took a crap on me, and I was going to have to go to the Apple store on the day after Christmas and claim the warranty on my phone. I was just like, my phone just took a crap on me. I'm not getting service.
Well,
now
I don't think the Apple store is going to be.
I think I brought it up to Skunk. There is a weird thing if you play the audio backwards of the warning of the explosion.
Two things. One, I don't think the Apple store is going to be as organized as Best Buy, right? But if you live near one of the Best Buys that has Apple certification, you just go in there and get it fixed there. You don't have to go to Genius Bar or anything like that. Day after Christmas, they have a specific area just for we're not doing returns at Best Buy. So
under warranty, have to go to an Apple store.
There are Apple certified Geek Squad technicians that can do warranties.
You go to Best Buy.
Mm-hmm. It's technically considered Apple.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Willow's thing there.
But Joe, I want to.
I was actually going to take it to AT&T.
Joe, you played that.
Possible.
You played that sound effect for me.
Yes.
You reversed it. You said it to me. I didn't know what it was at first, and I listened to it, and I realized this is backwards. Whatever it was is backwards. It sounds like complete gibberish to me. So I reversed it, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Is this from the thing?" And you were like, "Yeah, backwards. Doesn't it sound like?" And you told me what he said. It sounded like. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It sounds like gibberish to me. Like, I'm very much one of those people. Like, I did research. I have a book and everything. I know what the book is. I have a book that's about backmasked messages, or it's one of the chapters in the book is about backmasked messages. I don't know where the book is right now.
Backward masking is the proper terminology.
But with backmasked, recordings and songs, it explains how the phonetic reversal works and how number 9 does not actually reverse the "Turn Me On, Dead Man." That's just what it sounds like if that's what if you're reading along with the words as you listen to it, you can hear it. Or if somebody tells you that's what it says, you can hear it because your brain picks up on patterns. So I don't even remember what you told me it's supposed to sound like. I just remember I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Yip. Johnny is the devil. Yip.
Nick is brought back. We'll bring Nick back.
I wanted to make sure I put that disclaimer out there. I didn't do it.
Yes. All right, Nick's back. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Why is Nick in night vision?
because his internet died.
Live on,
My internet died, and I had to live on location. Because I looked at it, it looks like I should be saying, something far more newsworthy than what's going on. But
Why are
we
you
can
using
make
a
it
trail
work.
cam?
It's being shot on ransom video, and any moment he's gonna be like, "Give them the money. They're very serious."
He went up.
Yeah,
He went up to the van and asked for a piece of candy, didn't he?
Brian K. Morris is even jumping on the pick on Nick. Nick needs colorizing. Where's Ted Turner when you need him?
Jeez, there. Look, it's okay, guys. A lot of people don't know this. This is the time of year where normally through Northwest Indiana, the Yetis come down. The Bigfoot and stuff come down out of Michigan as part of their commute. Well, apparently they're being distracted, and they're all the way down.
Too much? What? Okay.
Yes. Actually, the Bigfoots and Yetis, they have a long-standing war, and it's going on in my front yard right now. They're heaving, it looks like, cars and garbage cans, and it's getting lost in the snow, but I don't necessarily want to be outside, but there was too much attention drawn to my office, so I'm in the big window in the living room. That seems safer. Wait, no, that's not. It's not.
Well,
it's not safe.
If you run into a Yeti, tell them I need a replacement lid for my tumbler.
I cannot show you how glitchy this is right now because
kind of like making fun of the Amish on the internet. They'll never admit that they saw it.
Brian
Sort of like when you run into a Baptist at the liquor store, huh?
Brian did a joke earlier about Ted Turner colorizing old black and white movies, and it reminded me of something. Pleasantville.
I love that movie.
Pleasantville is I was actually thinking about it today. I was thinking about that movie today, Pleasantville, which is why that reminded me of it. I was thinking you could do a whole stand-up bit based on that movie because that movie's weird.
It is hilarious.
Now, wasn't Pleasantville Ray Walston's last film credit?
I have no idea. I don't even know who that is.
No,
Ray Walston. You don't know who Ray Walston is?
My favorite Martian.
You claim to be a movie aficionado and you don't know who Ray Walston is?
I'm sorry. Hold up. My favorite Martian was a TV show.
He was also Boothby in Star Trek movies. The groundskeeper at Starfleet headquarters.
Yeah.
And Starfleet Academy.
But he didn't have the antenna.
Wow, crickets.
I'm looking. I'm looking it up to see.
I'm going to watch him stare at IMDb.
You have seen Ray Walston.
You're going to see his eyes pop out.
He's a character. He's mostly a character actor. So
when you said who he was, when you said who he was, but specifically you said my favorite Martian, I was like, oh, okay, I know who he is. No,
not Bill Bixby. The other one.
Not his. Yeah, no. That he wasn't in. It doesn't look like he was in Pleasantville. Oh, it's select TV appearances. Let me check his actual IMDb.
Who was the TV repairman that gave Tobey Maguire the?
Don Knotts.
I'm sure that was Ray Walston.
No, it's Don Knotts. It's Don Knotts.
Knotts?
It was
Don
Knotts.
Knotts. Yes, sir. It is Don Knotts.
Well, it was Don Knotts.
Yes, he played the social studies teacher in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He played the groundskeeper in Star Trek Next Generation. And one of my favorite roles he did, he played Willie, or not Willie, he played in Paint Your Wagon.
And that was not...
Wait a minute. Ray Walston was in Paint Your Wagon?
No. Who are
Ray
you
Walston
thinking?
was in Paint Your Wagon.
Because that was Lee Marvin as Ben
Really?
Robinson.
Yeah. Ben Runston.
Because
But
Clint Eastwood,
but Ray Walston played the mad Irishman that was helping him dig the tunnels under the town.
Oh my God, you're right. I
Yes.
do remember that.
And I can't remember the character name. Mad something.
No. Yeah. I didn't know his. I didn't know his name, but I knew the actor. He's one of those actors that like you see a bunch of stuff, and I didn't know the name. No, Don Knotts' last role, by the way, his final film role. You're gonna hate this.
Yeah.
Mad Jack Duncan.
Air Buddies.
Oh, poor guy.
Air
What a way to
Buddies?
go out.
Yes.
Because he was the
sequel to Air
voice
Bud,
of Sniffer, the
It is the sixth,
hound dog.
not just a sequel. It's the sixth
A
film.
skunk.
in the
Since
Air
you're
Bud
already there
series.
looking, a skunk.
Mad
He was in an
Jack
80s
Duncan.
movie. He was in an 80s movie with Phoebe Cates. What was the name of that movie?
But
Fast
Don
Times
Knotts?
at Ridgemont
That's
High.
time
no.
for my high.
No, not that one. Another one.
Are you talking about Don Knotts?
No, Ray Walston.
Oh no. Ray's last film. No, I was talking about Don Knotts because that's what he was asking. Ray Walston's last film was Early Bird Special, and the movie he was in with Phoebe Cates would have been Fast Times.
No, before that, or it may have been before that.
Before Fast Times?
It's right about the same time.
I mean,
Hang on a minute. I'm looking now. It was one of those 80s everybody shows their boobs movies. I can never remember the name of it.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No, before Fast Times.
Oh wait.
I mean,
And Carl Whitzman says it right. Forget those guys. Go back to Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
Phoebe Cates, yeah.
Maybe private school. Was she in private school? Yeah, private school.
Third generation.
Private school. That was
He
the
was
one.
in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
He was.
He
Private
was
school is what I was thinking
private
about.
school is what he's thinking of. It was what John was thinking of. Now, I mean, to be fair, he's in both.
Hey, he was in Johnny Dangerously too.
He was. That's
He
true.
played the newspaper vendor, the blind newspaper vendor that they.
Yeah, I kept going from blind
hit
to
him in the head, and he
seeing.
goes, "That's a great movie. I can see." And then later they hit him again. And he goes, "Oh, never mind."
Ah, shit.
Galaxy of Terror. He played Core.
He did. You know, he was in Galaxy of Terror. He was in Popcorn.
Popeye. He played Poop Deck Packet. He played Poop Deck Happy
Crappy.
in Popeye.
Say that again, Tom, fast.
That was a really good for him too, because he just absolutely fit.
He nailed it.
He nailed the cartoon characters so well.
Oh my! God!
It made you wonder if they had a time machine and
This
back in the
this
30s and 40s they were drawing him.
I do want to point out that this conversation helped me realize that Saturday the 14th had a sequel I didn't know existed. That's going to be on my list of things to watch.
Oh my God!
The Saturday I didn't even know the Saturday.
When a really bad movie has a sequel, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, he's the star of Saturday the 14th Strikes Back. No, back to Pleasantville though. I wanted to talk about Pleasantville. Like I said, you can do a whole stand-up routine on Pleasantville, and I'm not going to tell the worst joke I came up with because it's incredibly un-PC. I might save it for the green room tomorrow night. I would probably get it. I'd get everybody here in trouble with that one. Yeah. The other one that I thought of was
drama going on in the comments.
There's a specific scene at Pleasantville that is there's a particular actress. I can never remember her name. She's another one of those actors. She's another one of those actors that whenever you see her, you're like, oh, it's her. I don't know her name, but I can name the most famous movies that she's been in. You know, she was in Face Off. You know, she was the wife in Face Off. That sort of thing.
Oh
right?
Yeah, her and she's in a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah, she is. She's in a ton of stuff, but and in Pleasantville, she masturbates a tree on fire. I'm not making that up. That's
like
a real
girls
scene
do.
in the movie. That's a real scene in the movie. But then you have Toby Tobey Maguire runs to the police
And
station.
he run Heather off.
And he goes, fire.
I gotta go take care of the barking dog.
All right.
All the firemen look at Tobey Maguire. They're looking at him like he's, what? He goes, fire. What do you want us to do about it? You know? He's like, fire. Cat? Which is what started the fire in the first place.
Are you talking about Joan Allen?
Yeah, that's probably her name. Joe Dog got it. Joe Dog got where I went with that.
Yeah. Save that one for Brian's shows. Too late.
But no, it's serious though. Like really, it's like that's what
And here we go again.
Hey,
Here we go.
You cannot put the name of my company in that scroll without getting me in trouble. Don't do it.
it's not in there.
It's
So don't
not
worry
in
about
there.
it.
I know, but it keeps
It's not going to
getting
be.
larger.
Don't worry about it. No,
Well, that's as large as it'll get. We can't make it no bigger.
No, what was
That's what she
where-
said.
Hey,
you can't give me crap for my jokes if those are the kind of things that Dan's gonna say.
Hey, Skunk, who are we doing this to? I forget.
Oh
They're
God,
no
I don't even
longer
remember her
watching the
name.
show.
She doesn't no longer comes to the show anyway.
That's why I can't remember her name. It was Heather's aunt.
I don't know if it was her aunt or her mother.
Awesome.
I have no idea.
Okay, I can see you
Why are we
guys.
coming out?
Hey guys, I can feel my voice is getting real thin.
Get
and
out of
I'm
here.
starting to lose gas, so I
Dude.
better back out and get my
Go,
news
Go,
done.
Go,
Take
Lewis.
care of
We'll
you.
see
Feel
you.
better,
Take
man.
care of
Run,
yourself,
let's
Dan.
feel better.
All right, guys, I'll see y'all Saturday.
All right. Good night. Thank you for
Good night.
coming.
Now,
Feel better.
one of the other things that I thought about that movie, right? One other thing I thought about that movie. So you have a guy in that movie, right? I can't remember. I want to say it was Jeff Daniels played him. It's the guy that runs he runs the soda
Malt shop guy.
Yeah, he runs the malt shop, right? And Tobey Maguire's character at one point he's talked to him was like, "Isn't there something you've always wanted to do you've never gotten the opportunity to do before?" Because he's asking him out of character. They're fictional. They're playing fictional characters in a fictional world, but they're supposed to be real people from the 90s, right? And he sits there and he thinks about it and he goes, "I've always wanted to paint."
Yeah.
This is a fictional world, though. Sure, they've had some influence on it, but all the characters have not done anything or have a desire to do anything they haven't been told about yet. So why is this character all of a sudden wanting to paint? Was this established in the show prior? That's a continuity error. In a movie, completely about continuity errors. It's a continuity error within a continuity error.
Now I remember that because he
The wormhole is getting bigger.
Yeah. Basically, the premise of Pleasantville is Tobey Maguire gets sucked back into a black and white world.
With
Joe,
now, his
you
sister or his.
Hold up. Yes, John, I'm gonna get to that. Joe is glossing over a major plot point here. Tobey Maguire's character is his family, and I can't remember if the father has divorced the mother or if he died or what, but it's a single mom raising two kids, right? The one kid is this gigantic super nerd. He never stands up for himself or nothing. All he does is he likes to sit at home and watch old TV. He's a Nick at Night guy. He likes this TV show, Pleasantville, which is it's very much, Leave It to Beaver style 50s sitcom in black and white and everything, right? His sister, lack of a better term, is a slut. She's the most popular girl in school. She's this big, gigantic slut. She just likes to sleep around and sleep with everybody. And she's very sexual, and she's proud of her sexuality. Well, she wants to watch like MTV or something like that, and they end up breaking the TV, and so he has to call a repairman. Repairman's Don Knotts, which is hilarious. Don Knotts gives him a special TV remote. He doesn't tell him what the TV remote does. It's just to replace the TV remote it broke. So now he could watch Pleasantville again. She comes in and starts arguing with him again. And while their characters are fighting over the TV remote, the characters on the TV are fighting over a book. And while they're fighting over the book, they get sucked into the TV and replace the characters in the show. So now they're the brother and sister on the show, which is in black and white. Now, at first, this just sounds like a great premise. Oh, it's these two characters from the 90s that are in a black and white TV show that are having to deal with what being in a black and white TV show would be like. Except for the fact that the sister starts introducing the characters of Pleasantville, starting with the jocks on the basketball team, starts introducing them to sex. And the more that she influences the world, the more it starts coming into color. And the whole entire movie, with all of these characters becoming colored, is an allegory for race relations in the 1950s and 1960s. They straight rip a scene from To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a really powerful movie. You think it's going to be a stupid comedy, and it turns into a really powerful movie about individuality and how the world that we used to live in is not as pleasant, but as we would think.
Yeah.
It's a really good film. And I love Nick's reaction right now where he's frozen and just going, as if I just said was the most horrifying thing I could have said.
Or he was totally amazed. And
he looked more horrified than anything else.
And our crew is dropping like flies.
Well, to be fair, Blake's eating.
Yeah.
John went to go get a drink, and I think Heather's dealing with the dog again, so it's just the three of us. It's but no, if you haven't seen Pleasantville, please go out of your way to see that movie. It is one of the most powerful films you'll ever see. I honestly, there's a lot of stuff in that movie that's just wrong. Like, just you watch it, you're just like, I can't believe they went there. Like I said, Joan Allen masturbates a tree on fire. That is a real scene that happens in that movie. I'm not making that up. It's so bizarre. You're just kind of like, the hell did I just watch? But it's nothing compared to the scene where Jeff Daniels paints her in like a, in a very tasteful nude, right? It's a very tasteful nude, but paints her in a nude, doing a very, paint me like one of your French girls relaxed pose.
Yeah.
And that's, hey, more power to him if that's what he wants to do. He paints that on the window of the malt shop where everyone can see it. It's awesome. Oh God, it's a crazy show. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I've been up since way early. I'm fighting the insomnia bug again. Oh.
You've been up since noon.
Noon 30.
No, he had to be up before noon because he had to get the show started at noon 05.
He had another show that was going on before that.
Did you know?
I think it's just the weather.
That's right. What, SpaceX did like 9 static tests today or some bullshit?
Yesterday they did 3. Today was New Shepard.
It was a completely different rocket that we thought, honestly, was going to crash.
It did. It scared me there at the end.
I mean, as it came down, all of a sudden it did this.
I was just like, is he going to Falcon 9 on the pad?
Did it?
No,
it landed.
But you could audibly hear the host.
Now, when I stopped in, was that very phallic object that was flying through the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or better not
be
be.
Was it white with blue letters?
Yeah.
Then that was the rocket.
Yeah, it had a big crown upon its head.
That's where the stew video fits perfectly.
Yeah.
And even Carl Witzman agrees that landing was so weird. I mean, we were talking about it. Oh, look, that's a good camera angle. I like how they're doing that. Then when they switched over to the long range, it's leaning like this. Maybe
They stole that camera angle out of SpaceX's playbook.
Oh yeah, that one camera angle. Yeah.
They stole that one out of
you can film a
SpaceX's
giant
playbook.
phallic object floating through the air. So.
If anybody here wants to know what Heather's talking about when she says the stew video, we mean this.
If there's a wiener on that monitor, I swear to God, Stu.
Blue Origin vehicles fit that so well.
I have a weird
and
problem.
I can't say
I'm
much
not seeing this
because
stuff.
SpaceX kind of does too.
Even Brian K. Morris was watching. He says that was a scary landing. I thought, oh crap, not again. It took him an hour to unclench.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Okay, when you talk about the
turn
Blue
into
Origin,
a bowl of petunias.
you're talking about the Blue Origin rockets, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you talk about those, right? Okay, you say, yeah, they're kind of phallic. They're not kind of phallic. Okay, all right. It's just another way that Jeff Bezos can screw everything with his big metal dick. Better put the disclaimer back up, Joe Dog.
Yeah, well, no, not when it comes to Bezos. Oh.
Bezos, I don't care.
Alexa, what happened to SN8?
According to the web, SpaceX SN8 had an amazing test flight on December 8, 2020. It flew to 12.5 kilometers. It shut off its engines and began the first ever controlled, aerodynamic descent and landing flip maneuver. Unfortunately, due to low fuel pressure in the methane header tank, the engines failed and it went, boom, on the landing pad. In my opinion, Neil Armstrong will nail it first try. Go Blue Origin.
No, Joe.
Oh, I hate Alexa.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on,
You
Heather.
gotta have a rocket engine to do
Hold
that
on,
kind of
Heather.
burn.
You need to Heather. Hold on, Joe.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Did you program your Alexa to say that?
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Yeah,
That
it said.
means yes.
Bad Joe.
Bad Joe.
But that's good because I honestly thought for a minute that would be something Alexa would say, which would be
That's
hilarious.
what I was like.
Okay. Bring up what Brian said about the rockets going into deep space.
Yeah.
That's why they keep designing these rockets to go up and down all the time. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you want your rocket to go up, right? You want your rocket to go up. You don't want your rocket to go,
Yeah, that's bad.
Carl Witzman asked, is went boom a technical term?
No,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
technical
it is.
term would be rapid unplanned disassembly.
Unscheduled.
Unscheduled.
rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Rud. Like, okay, so yesterday, SpaceX, Starship, they did 3 static fires in one day. And that has not been done before. And then Elon tweets 3 successful static fires and no RUDs.
I
ahead.
have an amendum.
Yeah.
When it's really bad, can we call it a catastrophic rapid unscheduled disassembly?
That happened with 4.
If it kills someone, yes, you can call it catastrophic. Okay.
Okay, so if it kills somebody, then it's a crud.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think 4 was a crud because it did a lot of damage to the pad.
Okay,
See,
no offense.
That's catastrophic
all
is
it
the only
did
word
was
I could
break
think of that
free.
started with C that worked with the
With the RUD, yeah.
John, say whatever the hell you're gonna say. I got pee.
All it did was break reinforced concrete. That's easy to fix. Okay.
8.
If it lands on one of the camera trucks from the people that are doing the video and kills all those people that are fans of the rocket system and are sending us all these nice feeds and stuff like that, then it's a problem.
When 4 blew up, it took the test stand with it and tore up all the ground support equipment.
Yeah.
That was big.
Hey, that's pipes. You can replace it. Okay, it's just steel. It
now,
can be
actually,
rewelded.
Heather, did you know the stand that SN9 is sitting on?
Is that Force?
That's the Force stand.
Huh. Good job.
Now, if you remember, they had another stand off to the background.
Yeah, they'd already put up another stand right before that one got destroyed.
They were planning.
Yeah, there was a big debate on whether that was Force stand or not.
It's mostly Force stand. They just drug it to the backside, replaced all the bent steel. Yeah, Nick. Oh, crud.
Can we change subject while Skunk's gone?
What do we
Would
want
it
to
do any good?
I would love to watch him walk into this and like, what? I have a big thing about B actors in movies. Not the big names, but the people you see them in everything, and you're like, oh, that guy or that girl, or So, and Skunk got me thinking about it earlier. And two of the ones that I've really always liked because they were in everything was one was Brian James. He's died a few years back, and then the other one was John Dennis Johnson. I'm going to bring up Brian James because everyone who's a sci-fi fan will remember him. Okay. Let me see. Let me see here. Share this. There. That guy. And you can probably remember him. He was in The Fifth Element, played General Monroe. He played one of the replicants in Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner. He's played cops and soldiers and all that sort of stuff for years.
He's just that guy, and the first thing I see is Eddie Murphy.
The other guy. Okay. He was in 48 he was in 48 Hours. He was in both of them, 48 Hours and another 48 Hours. Played one of the cops. He actually played the bad cop that was selling everybody out in another 48 Hours. And then the other one, he's still alive, is John Dennis Johnson. Let's see here.
I'm trying to figure out what John's talking about, and I was taking a pee when that was happening.
The actors. He was also in another 48, or he was also in 48 Hours.
Okay, so what about these? What about these actors? Who are they?
Favorite B actors that play in all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
well, wouldn't I think his name's John Clancy? Is that his name?
Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown has been a star of several movies and a B actor. He's like in the background of a lot of stuff.
I have to defend the great name of Scrubhouse Video Club and tell you that the best actor from B movies is
no, not B movie actors, B actors in movies.
This is the king of B actors and B movies, both.
Okay.
He is the absolute king. As he says that he wants to be the person. He said, I want to be the actor that's in more independent features than anyone else on the planet. I want to have that honor.
Yeah.
And his name is Joe Estevez.
Okay.
Is that Charlie and Emilio's little brother?
No, Joe Estevez is Martin's brother.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What about Tim Thomason?
Tim Matheson?
No, not Matheson. Tim Thomason, Doll Man.
Oh, Thomerson.
I'm sorry, I mispronounced.
Yeah.
He has been a B actor in so many damn movies, and he's funny.
Yeah, but I think Joe's actually kind of mean.
Didn't you post one of the Scream Queens that I did? It was one of the Hammer flick movies. I can't remember. I'm so terrible with names. I do apologize.
Wasn't she also a companion from Doctor Who?
She was a companion from Doctor Who. She was one of the Hammer films staples. She was in like half a dozen Hammer films. And
I do want to point out that even if you've never knowingly seen a Joe Estevez film, And when I say a Joe Estevez film, I mean something that he was in, like Werewolf or like Vampire Boulevard, something like that he was in. I guarantee, John specifically, you've seen a Joe Estevez film, because I can name one that I'm pretty damn sure at least 5 of us, maybe all 6 of us. I'd like to say all 6 of us, but I don't know about Heather. I want to say Heather's seen it for sure, but 6 of us have seen it, or 5 of us have seen for sure. I know for a fact. Heather's the only one I'm not sure about. We've seen a Joe Estevez movie. It's Apocalypse Now.
Which one?
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Really?
Never
What did he do in
seen
that movie?
He does the voiceover. Not Martin. That was Joe. Martin wasn't available.
Really?
Narration. He also he also did
He does have a prolific career, doesn't he?
He did stand in like second unit stuff for his brother, like not stunt double but body double stuff, and he also had to fill in for him for a few scenes after Martin had suffered a heart attack on set.
Really?
Yep. So so everybody's seen one. However,
who was another one of those B actors that went every time? Clint Howard, Ron Howard's younger brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clint Howard's great. Clint Howard is so much better than Ron Howard. I don't even want to hear it. Clint Howard rules. Clint Howard's so awesome. Every time I see Clint Howard in a movie, I'm like, yay, Clint Howard.
Clint Howard was also in the Andy Griffith Show.
What was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the little darling kids.
I don't remember that. But now I got to look up Clint Howard because he's been in so much stuff. It's hard to remember everything he's been in.
He played Leon. Yep.
He was one of the
I remember
darling
him
kids.
from the. What's funny is I remember him from the Wraith.
I don't know if he's. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but my first introduction to Clint Howard.
I knew
Star Trek, of course.
I knew Clint was
this is actually before.
He's the cowboy kid. Is that one of the darlings?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's him for sure.
My first memory of Clint Howard.
He played Leon.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Yeah. Chaka.
Chaka
from Land of the Lost. He played
Land of the Lost. Yeah.
Caveman kid. Chaka.
I'd seen Clint Howard in so many things and never realized who he was. Never realized who he was. So I can't even tell you the first role I'd ever seen him in. Probably was Andy Griffith. Probably was.
Star Trek. You either saw him, you remember him as Belloc in Star Trek or something like Andy Griffith.
But I can tell you the first time that I went, that's Clint Howard. I can tell you when that was.
What?
It was in the film Leprechaun 2.
Really?
He has a cameo in that movie. This is true. This is the first movie I'd seen where I knew who Clint Howard was, right? But not the first movie where I went, that's Clint Howard, was the movie he starred in. That was the only reason I knew who he was, because he was on the box cover. It was for a movie called The Ice Cream Man, which he played the killer, who was an ice cream man who killed people.
I forgot he was in Gentle Ben.
Goofy. It's kind of a goofy horror movie, right? But I'd watched it, I was like, it's Clint Howard. It's Ron Howard's brother, whatever.
Evil Speak. That was the one I was trying to remember. It's
another one. That's a good movie. I didn't find out about that until later.
He was actually the star of the movie. That was the one movie he starred in.
He played the little nerdy ass kid. Yeah. He's starred a couple of different things. But I remember sitting there watching Leprechaun 2, and I'm like, that goofy guy in the back of the hearse on this ghost tour, I know who that guy is. That's Clint Howard.
He was in the Rocketeer.
I've seen it in that stupid Ice Cream Man movie. It was awesome. Oh,
But the thing is,
he makes a line where he says something along the lines of like,
one of my favorite roles.
And I was cracking up about that because it was like, out of all movies to make a reference to the Ice Cream Man, it had to be Leprechaun 2.
Hey, you remember Space Rangers, the TV series?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. No. You got to know. Okay, Impossibilist. Okay.
Yeah, me and Blake are both shaking our heads. That's a bad sign.
Blake needs to know. It was that movie needed a lot better budget, but he played He played one of the doctors in that movie. Mm-hmm. He was the little geek that kept inventing all their stuff. So. She was in Planet of Fire. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay.
And it's Barbara Shelley
Barbara Shelley. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That I was a bit slow on the uptake there.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to point out that what most people, most normal people will say, will know Clint Howard from. Strangely enough, he is one of the recurring actors in the Austin Powers series.
Yes.
No, I thought you were about to say
he played
Becker.
the Air Force tech.
Yeah, he's the Air Force tech, and so in the first one, he's just all like, whatever. He's just in one scene. It goes by half a second or whatever, right? Yeah. They brought that character back for the sequel. He's the one who goes, I don't know, sir, but it looks like a giant when they're watching the radar screen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The other thing everyone will know him from, he was in Apollo 13. He played one of the.
That's right.
Mission
He was one of the control. Well, Ron Howard. Anytime Ron Howard does a movie, he tries to get his family in as actors.
Yeah.
So any Ron Howard movie, there's a good chance Clint Howard's in, or his dad, or his mom.
Yeah.
Now,
I do want to point out my favorite Clint Howard role.
Yeah. Well, Apollo 13, Jim Lovell's mother was their mom.
Ron Howard's mom, wasn't it?
Well, Clint and Ron's mother.
Yes. The one who goes, if they can put a washing machine into space, my boy can fly it.
My Jimmy can fly it.
My Jimmy can fly it.
I do want to point out
Howard.
I do want to point out my favorite Clint Howard role though of all time. Absolute favorite. Bar none. Takes the cake for all of them. He was Nipples in Little Nicky.
That he was.
That made me so freaking happy.
I thought we were
years and years. I've seen that movie, and even after I knew who Clint Howard was, I had seen that movie and never put two and two together that was him until one day we were in Scrub House. We just finished watching Little Nicky. This was last year, by the way. We finished watching Little Nicky. We were watching the credits roll by, and I went, "That was Clint Howard? What are you kidding me? I didn't know it was Clint Howard. I've watched this movie a million times. I didn't know it was Clint Howard. It made me so happy."
What he was in the Solo movie, Solo, a Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy that was doing the droid fights.
And that popped up. I went, "Hey!" I love the fact that between Solo and the Mandalorian, like everybody that I love is getting involved in the Star Wars now. I'm just like, screw it, let anybody in there.
He also played
back in the day, it was like, get unknown actors, get people that aren't famous yet, because we're going to make careers for these people. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, if I were the emperor of Hollywood, and it could happen, if I were the emperor of Hollywood, okay, I would make it mandatory that every movie, just like the Waldheim scream, every movie has to have a Waldheim scream, and they have to have Clint Howard somewhere in the background.
Willem, by the way, it's Willem scream. Or Wilhelm. Sorry.
Wilhelm. Yeah.
Wilhelm. Now, but you want to know what my favorite Star Wars thing is now? The absolute favorite thing related to Star Wars. So I didn't find out about this until recently. Right? I want to make sure I get this guy's name right.
Uncle Sleepy. Uncle Sleepy.
Uncle Sleepy.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
All right, we're just
Okay, it's awake. Okay, stay awake, dude. No, I wanted to make sure I got this guy's name right. So there's a character named Miggs Mayfield in The Mandalorian. You guys remember Miggs Mayfield?
I don't watch The Mandalorian.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't watch The Mandalorian either. I just recently found this out. I've never watched The Mandalorian. This is my favorite Star Wars thing right now. But Heather, you watch Mandalorian?
Nope.
I have, but I
You
don't.
have. You don't remember Miggs? John, do you watch Mandalorian?
I don't watch Mandalorian yet.
Okay, Dan?
Don't have a TV.
Oh my God, this is like 5 out of the 6 of us have not watched The Mandalorian. This is awesome. I feel like
I'm waiting
on
for it to come out.
Mandalorian. It shows
my
up on
people right
Facebook.
now. So Joe Doc, you're the only one, and you don't know which character I'm talking about.
You
That's
got to
awesome.
realize it's
This is
been.
great. Check this out.
I'll watch
This
it.
guy, Miggs Mayfield, right,
Yeah.
is played by Bill Burr.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I know who you're talking about.
And Bill Burr did like a 17-minute rant in one of his stand-up specials about how much he hates Star Wars. He was in
And they
Star
put him in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Boy, if that ain't punishment, I don't know what is.
I love whenever because that's the great thing about Bill Burr. Bill Burr will go and he will do a TV show. He'll do a TV show, right? He'll do something like he did Breaking Bad, right?
Really?
And his character in Breaking Bad was great. He was just he was a dirtball. He was a scumbag in that show. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I loved him. He was just awesome. He has one of the best lines in the show in Breaking Bad, which is like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What are you he was talking to the big black dude whose name I can't remember right now. He's talking to him, and he's just like, I've always wanted to do this. He's laying back on the bed of money that they've got, all of Walter's money. He's laying on it. And he's like, come on, man, come on, you know you want. Bill Burr's like, just lays
before you
back
get rid of Carl Whitman's quote, okay, Carl, they are actually talking about doing the Heir to the Empire series, the Timothy Zahn books.
Timothy Zahn stuff, yeah. I've
as Star Wars. It's going to be an alternate canon, kind of like Star Trek did the J.J. Abrams crap. But yeah, exactly.
Think about alternate canon right here.
Yeah. Well, here is what I've understood about the Timothy Zahn stuff that they're doing. They're going to integrate it into the Star Wars stuff, the Disney Plus series, Mandalorian, the Obi-Wan story, Rosario Dawson's character, she's getting and all that's going to come into that. And actually, I've got a good theory that Groku was actually the one that turned Ben Solo.
Ooh, I like that theory.
And the reason
until they steal your cookies.
Yeah, the reason Groku survived is Anakin saved him to train him as a Padawan to take over when he takes out the Emperor.
that would be the only way that Groku stays alive, because you got to remember, Anakin destroys every man, woman, and child that's a Jedi at one point, including Groku.
He saved Groku to train as a Padawan, but when him and the Emperor died on the Death Star 2, Groku was left untrained.
Is that how Yaddle or whatever its name comes into play?
There was are y'all familiar with the robot, the assassin droid IG-88?
Mm-hmm.
I love IG-88. Don't get me started.
Somewhere in the Star Wars canon, there was a whole series of those droids that were trained to be assassins, and I can't remember the name of the one.
I'm talking to Joe.
Oh.
Told Joe to look in private chat. Don't worry about it. Continue what you were saying about IG-88.
Okay. Apparently, there was a whole series of those droids. IG-88 was just one. The one we see in The Mandalorian is another one. They were trained to be assassins. Okay. apparently there's a story, and I can't remember the whole story, but one of them was actually on board the first Death Star.
Yes.
And was feeding a worm program into the Death Star computer to destroy the Death Star. Okay. But strangely enough, Luke Skywalker went in and dropped a proton torpedo down the thermal vent before this could happen. So he died when the Death Star blew up. So there are literally a bunch of these IG-88 robots running around messing with the Empire.
There's a ton of them. IG-88 made clones of himself on purpose. There's only one original IG-88. He took over a manufacturing plant on a planet and started making clones of himself on purpose so that he could take more jobs to make more money. IG-88's insane. This is why I want I've talked about this before. I want the Star Wars slasher movie. Have it produced by Dimension. I mean, they're owned by Disney too. Yeah. Lucasfilm, Dimension, a Star Wars story, and just they could call it whatever they want to call it. I think they should just call it straight up IG-88. Just that, IG-88, and just have it be, you got a group of people. Yeah, maybe they're smugglers. Or something, right? They're going like they're smuggling things between like Jakku and Tatooine, right? And it's just they're being hunted by IG-88 for some reason. Never explains why. Until maybe the end of the movie, they suddenly have the Saw-like twist ending where it's like, oh, it turns out that the whole entire thing is that they were smuggling information to the Empire and letting the Empire know about everything that Luke Skywalker was doing. They're somehow connected to that. They had information on where Han Solo was being held or some BS or something, right? And they didn't want, and IG-88 is just butchering them for like an hour and a half.
I think it should be a first-person IG-88 film.
You get to see it as IG-88.
Shut your damn mouth.
First person.
No. Because I'm already making a first-person horror film. Shut up. Do not give Hollywood any ideas that I want to post right now. I'm going to say this right now.
I'm going to throw one at Skunk.
If anybody in Hollywood does a first-person horror film right now on this date, this is 1/14/2021 at 10:45 p.m. If after this point, if you make a first-person horror film, I'm going to shoot the shit out of you because I'm already working on a script.
All right.
Hey, Scott.
Real quick, I want to throw this in here. Two Real Geeks has said this has been an awesome stream. This is their first show, and they've been had us on and editing the whole time. Thank you. Now, if you follow me on my Facebook page, we're fixing to go into an after show that will be streamed on my Facebook page. And we'll continue this and all that. But we got to throw. Here's where we become a power strip and start throwing some plugs out. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, Brian K. Morris has a show called Never Mind the Furthermore on YouTube and all that, which is awesome show. Brian actually reads a lot. Is based the show is based around comments and all that. And but yeah, check them out tomorrow on the Rising Tide pages on Facebook and YouTube. And guys, y'all can continue on because I gotta go set up the next stream and I'll be sending y'all the links in just a minute.
Oh hey, isn't there like a video we're supposed to be staring at right about now? Or is it too early?
Oh no, it's just me sleeping.
Right. Yeah, it's too early for dancing.
It's not. Yeah, it's too early for that. We're going to get to that. However, I do want to point out something. This comment right here from Two Real Geeks. Well, just like the FPV action movie, you mean Hardcore Henry. The inspiration behind this little number I've got built right here. This is the camera I'm filming the movie with. I still need to do something about these, though. I don't like that. It makes me nervous. But anyway.
You should turn them into giant spikes.
I know you keep saying that. You said that last time.
No.
Also, this
like Predator. Turn into Predator teeth.
this comment from John right
Clive
here.
Barker.
Yes.
Timothy Zahn needs to write the screenplay, and Clive Barker needs to direct it. Okay.
Well, if I could, since we're doing Timothy Zahn, right?
Yes.
That gives me hope for other properties in the extended universe.
I'd love to see him make $1 million.
That they did, right? Okay, now
I'd love to see me make $1 million.
Shadows of the Empire is that is my favorite that's my favorite extended universe Star Wars story, because they did multiple versions of it, and each version was different, which was great. They had a comic book, they had a novel, and they had a video game, and each one was different, and I loved all three of them. It was awesome. You had Dash Rendar's made a badass, and you had swoop bike chases and him doing stunts. You had Luke Skywalker between Empire and Jedi flirting with the dark side. I mean, it was a great idea. It would have made an amazing film. And now that Disney's exploring those sort of things, it can be an amazing film. And I say, if you're going to get a director to do that,
Sorry,
you're going to get a director to do that movie.
Well, the thing is, Timothy Zahn wrote Thrawn, basically.
Hold on, though. If you're going to do the Shadows of the Empire movie, Lucasfilm, Disney, if you're listening.
Ooh. Disney ain't listening.
Rennie Harlan for director. That's who I want to see in the director's chair for that movie. Because Rennie Harlan will bring the right amount of action and sleaze to make Shadows of the Empire work.
They're talking about, there's something going on right now that they want to get Robert Downey Jr. to play Thrawn, which is also a Timothy Zahn series, basically. For those of you who don't know, Thrawn is a tactical genius that looks kind of like a Smurf. Yeah. In the Star Wars universe.
That's the way he's described. He's not described literally as, oh, he looks like a Smurf. He's
anybody's ever seen the pictures on the cover is a Smurf.
Yeah. Squat little blue man.
Imperial Smurf. Ooh, I like that. That actually has a nice ring to it. Imperial Smurf.
Imperial Smurf.
Behold the power of the Smurf side.
Oh,
no, I like Imperial. I want Imperial Smurf. If they ever redo the Smurfs cartoon, I want Imperial Smurf to be a thing.
Grandpapa Smurf. Dun 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 dun.
No, I just like the idea of Imperial Smurf. It's it's all the other Smurfs.
Oh, sorry.
All the other Smurfs are out there just being all like la 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 la. We Smurf all day long. And he's just all like, you will continue doing the Smurfing until I say you Smurf otherwise.
That would be fascist Smurf, not Imperial Smurf.
Okay. All right.
Imperial Smurf would be, I sense a disturbance in the force.
In the Smurf.
In the Smurf. I sense the disturbance in the Smurf.
It's a Smurfing.
No, a Smurf in the Smurf.
I sense a Smurfing in the Smurf. I do want...
The Smurf is wrong with you.
Oh Lord, we have created an entire new crossover.
Here we go. Darth Smurf.
Yeah.
Smurf that.
Schindler's Smurf.
Oh God.
You're back in social Smurf again. Okay, stay with the Empire.
I know. I'm staying there.
Hey, I hate it when our Smurfs cross.
Of government, you got to get it right. Okay?
I like the idea of getting Seth. I want Seth Green to watch this episode of Stupid O'Clock and just be like, man, that'd make a great episode. That'd make a great clip. That'd make a great clip for Robot Chicken. Just fascist Smurf.
No. Okay, you have fascist Smurf.
You will tell me. No. Rephrase that because
come on,
down right here. Okay,
you will
have
Smurf
me
where the hostages are.
Muppets. Okay, don't mix the two. You have Imperial Smurfs and fascist Muppets.
Who are the fascist Muppets?
Fascist Muppets, and Gonzo gets to be Hitler. Okay.
That is a hilarious.
And the
thing to
mustache isn't
picture
up
in
here.
my
It's
head.
on the end of the nose. The mustache
it's
is on the end of the nose.
of the nose. It has to be on the end of the nose, just
Yeah.
hanging off.
Okay. Have I told you my Pink Floyd's The Wall story?
Joe's
From
like,
when I
oh
was
my
in the
god.
military?
Oh, but I've seen The Wall.
Okay.
I don't need.
I was stationed in Berlin, and I went out on town.
Oh,
and
dear
had a
God.
big night, and I got drunk, and I made it back to the barracks. And as I'm walking into the barracks, it's like 3 a.m. I walk in, and they're playing in the movie room there in the barracks. As I walk in, they're playing Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool. So I walk in. I sit down in a nice comfy couch. I'm watching Pink Floyd's The Wall on the big screen TV.
What are you
And they get to
doing
the
there?
fascism. They get to the fascism scene.
I don't understand. You need to speak English, Joe Dog.
I was trying to get Heather's attention.
Oh.
And not interrupt the
So
conversation.
why are you pointing at John?
I think he wants to full screen me while I tell the story because I think he's heard it.
He has controls over that. He's not a stream within a stream right
I
now.
tell you, Heather, I was trying to politely say, look at the PM.
Oh, that one. Okay, let's look at the PM. Okay. That is not okay. Never mind. That wasn't worth PMing. Okay.
Go on.
Anyway, so I'm sitting here. I'm watching Pink Floyd's The Wall. They get to the fascism scene in the theater, and I'm sitting here. I'm drunk. I'm looking at it, and I go, that looks exactly like the theater from the Muppet Show. And I had this epiphany. Pink Floyd's The Wall done by the Muppets.
Oh dear God.
There's that whole meme thing
Wait
of
a
a
minute.
movie with all Muppet actors except for one human.
Bob Geldof.
Okay. No.
So you thought you might like to go to the show to feel the warmth delusion of that space cadet glow.
Who are you doing in that voice?
Gonzo.
That's not Gonzo.
Gonzo's had a rough day.
It sounded
Yeah,
more
it looked like
Gonzo.
Gonzo had a rough day. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I have testicles. I can't do Gonzo. That's
I mean, Gonzo just really more or less talks like this.
not.
He doesn't have a really gravelly voice. He's
Yes,
just
he does. He has a very gravelly voice.
No, Gonzo does not have a very gravelly voice. Gonzo has a very nasally voice.
Waldorf, another one. Be quiet. Can't think of the other one.
Just like the other
Oh
one.
God, however, that being said, though, Gonzo as Bob Geldof's character,
Here's
as
the story
would
of a
be-
lovely lady.
would be a great one.
Atler.
I want to say though, because I'm rather curious though, if you do it with Muppets, right? If you're
Kind of
doing
bit like
it with
Mark
Muppets,
Simpson, didn't
do you do Muppets during the animated sequence as well? Instead of doing animated, do you do it live action with Muppets?
No,
you?
you do
No,
it with
you
Muppet
do it with
Babies.
animation. Because
You do it with
who was
Muppet
it?
Babies.
Was it Bob Geldof that drew the animation?
No,
Names?
no.
No, I mean those were his pictures, right?
Geldof didn't draw it. It's based off of the artwork of some guy who did like the artwork for the albums and stuff.
Okay.
Bob
That was
Geldof is not actually. Bob Geldof isn't actually in Pink Floyd. He was just the only connection he has to Pink Floyd is the movie. That's it.
Now wait a minute. Two Real Geeks put that thing up about Star Wars to Smurfs to Muppets. Didn't the Muppets actually do Star Wars stuff? That's where
think
Pigs
so.
in Space kind of came from.
And Joe, I
Yeah.
know. I was about to hit the button, but then John got me on a rant.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Forget it. Forget we ever said anything about Muppets. Forget we said anything about. We want to talk about puppets. Here's a socks puppet dancing sexually to like 70s, 60s style like acid trip music. There you go. Does that make everybody happy?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm a
I'm
little
happy.
happier.
So we're going to wrap it up, but we've got so much to say about upcoming shows and everything. After this show, we're doing our after show on my personal page, where we'll continue this conversation, or it gets sidetracked and we don't know where it's going.
I'm not continuing this conversation at all.
Yes, we are.
I'm pretty sure it's going to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
If there's beer involved, I'm game.
I can't left the door open. I've got to close it.
You're immaculately destroy classic like The Wall, but putting fucking Muppets in it.
Yeah.
What about Shawshank Redemption?
But
I'm fine with that.
Okay. After this is the Stupid After Show, which will run on my page. Then Saturday night, Stupid O'Clock will return at 11 p.m. And then we'll do another after show of it that actually runs on Sunday morning at 1:05 a.m. Plus, Heather, what else have we got going?
Okay, so late night, Friday night, aka very early Saturday morning, Rocket Lab is going to be shooting off a rocket at 1:15 or 2:15 a.m. Eastern. And then later on in the day, NASA is going to be doing their SLS hot fire test and the SLS core stage. 8 minutes, full static fire. That's Saturday. Plus, wait, is it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday, we also have the chance that they might lift off the test flight of SN9. That's just Saturday. We can let you know about everything coming up after that on Saturday's show.
Yeah. And then there's also Sunday rocket launches and all that. But yeah, we're going to have to sort of start winding this down. So if everybody wants to sort of migrate over to Facebook and wait on the video to notify you that we're going live. It'll be on my personal page, Joe McKeel.
John has a screen he wants to share.
Just real quick. Oh, there's the kitty. Hey, kitty.
The kitty's recording in your screen.
Yeah, this is he's the one that ran away and came back 3 days
Take that,
later.
2 Real Geek.
Yeah, there you go, 2 Real Geeks. Yeah, the Muppets totally did Star Wars.
Yeah.
But also on top of that, just more importantly, kitty.
Yeah. Kitty.
Keep talking. I'm watching the cat.
The cat is much more important. Okay.
She's hurt her foot somehow.
I've never seen you hold a cat before, and it's just adorable.
Oh, dude, you should see. I keep trying to get Lindsay to take a video of when it's warm outside, and I go and sit on the patio.
That's not what I meant by cat, dude. That's not what I meant by cat.
No. Every cat we have, all 16, 17 of them, come up, and it's like I get mobbed by cats.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, and I'm so glad you didn't.
Not
all right
until the after show.
Yes. So it's time to say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Look at that cat. Say good night, everybody, cat.
Good night, cat.
Good night, everybody, cat.
Good night, everybody, cat. Yeah.
Like she doesn't want anything to do with this.
Yeah.
She's like, Father, put me down.
All right. We'll catch everybody over on the after show. Thanks for tuning in. Dan, Heather, Blake, John, Skunk, thank y'all for being here. Thanks, Nick, for jumping in a few times. We appreciate it. We'll say good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark, nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.